In the Fight Club video game, there's a song that plays when the player first meets Bob. It plays again after the player beats Raymond, and once more when the bartender gives the player a task. And that's it, the song's never heard again. The song isn't even in the game's files, and so all that there was a 30-second clip. That is, until 2021, when a beta build of the game was dumped online, and the true hero, Dynamite, found the track and uploaded it to YouTube. It's a great song, I really like the drums in particular, although I could do without the noises. But the question remains, who is the Pinnacle? The song is unnamed in the beta files, and no one is credited on the track either, so who made the song? Well, taking a look through the game's credits, quite a few different names popped out at me. The first of which was Christian Johnson, who was the director of sound. Now, sound is obviously not music, it's sound effects, so I'm going to treat Christian as a last resort. The game's supervisor of music was Courtney Holt. Now, when googling Courtney Holt, it directs you to a Spotify executive who's currently stepping down, and honestly I have no idea if this is the same person or not, so again I'll treat this as a last resort. There are two different composers who worked on the game, Scott Clausen and Rich Ragsdale. Scott works on shows like Corey in the House and Sunny with a Chance, while Rich has composed for horror films, including some he's directed himself. I managed to find both of these guys on Facebook, although Rich seemed a lot more active than Scott, who hasn't posted since 2018. But I shot both of them a friend request and sent a message. Finally, Tommy Tellerico has a few credits for the game as well. Tommy composed for the 2000 Spider-Man game, which is one of my favourite games of all time, and he's fairly active on social media as well, so I shot him a message over on Twitter. Unfortunately, I didn't realise until after I sent the message that his father had sadly passed away just 5 days prior, and so I really don't blame the guy if he doesn't respond. The first contact to respond to me was Rich, and he informed me that the track was not his, and suggested Limp Bizkit might have been responsible for it. Although listening to the song, the vocal style doesn't really match up to that of Fred Durst's. Limp Bizkit are touring at the minute, so just imagine if they start playing this song. Rich did give me some details I had wondered about, informing me he was hired by Fox to write heavy metal songs for the game in case they didn't get the rights to the licensed music they wanted, with Scott being hired to write techno tracks for the game for the same reason. But the song is more rap or hip hop than it is techno, and it's definitely not heavy metal, so it doesn't fit either composer, or Tommy for that matter. I kept messaging Rich for a little bit. He seems like a nice guy, and it turns out we worked with Scott on some other projects as well, like comedy show Will and Grace. You'll see I sent him a message at 8:28. Anyway, I then put my phone down and went to eat cheesecake and chat with my sister. When I returned to Facebook, I found this. Honestly, I'm amazed I got a response, let alone that I'd found our guy. I was expecting this to take forever and get nowhere, not to be uncovered during the course of a lazy Saturday afternoon. I had a few questions for Scott, particularly since he was surprised the track was even out there. Turns out he had no idea it was in the game at all, as it was just meant as a demo to show what he could do and understood what the soundtrack needed. The sounds are in there just because he liked them, and there might even be a snippet of LL Cool J in the song too, so it's probably a copyright nightmare. And the track's name? Everybody Everywhere. Now, infamously, the Xbox version of Fight Club is an incorrect earlier build of the game, having less features than its PS2 counterpart. And so I'm wondering if the PS2 version is also an incorrect build, which would explain why the song was still in a few cutscenes of the game. Although the more likely scenario is that this was just overlooked or even forgotten about by the developers, since the game was rushed to release for that lucrative Christmas 2004 market. Right, I'm gonna get serious for a moment now. So we're going to need some sad music. There's no sad music in the Fight Club game soundtrack, so this will have to do. So as cool as it is that I've helped track down the creator of this song, and found out its name, it kinda sucks that no one cared enough to do this before I did, and the only reason I did is because I played the game so recently. Obviously Dynamite cares, going to the liberty of finding the song in the beta files, but even so, Dynamite didn't try contacting anyone involved in the soundtrack to find out more info on this song, and neither did the 500 odd people who've listened to the song since it was uploaded to YouTube. This isn't meant to be an attack on Dynamite, it's just that this was a piece of lost media in a game no one cared about, and so consequently no one cared about the song. I can't help but wonder how many other pieces of lost media are out there and could be found and uncovered just as easily, but they won't be, because no one cares enough about them. Bit of a sour note to end the video on, so hopefully stupid me using Everybody Everywhere will get rid of that taste. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.